Welcome everyone to Video Games Monthly Monday. And as always, we'll be using our highly advanced grading system to see just how good this month's box really is. I do gotta highlight the sticker they sent out. I like the Mike Tyson face tattoo with the Mike Tyson Punch-Out cheat code, which I don't need that. I actually used to speedrun Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
It looks like we have a smug alert.
Anyway, let's get right to the first game. Speaking of boxing, let's check out Rocky on the Master System. Oh man, if there was a list of the top 5 greatest boxing games of all time, this wouldn't be on it. It is a boxing game, which that shouldn't come as a surprise. I wouldn't say there's a ton of great boxing games that I've played, but then again, I haven't played many. I did like Knockout Kings 2000 back in the day though. But if I had to pick my favorite boxing game of all time, it would no doubt be a certain game featuring the one and only Mike Tyson. You know the one. That's right, Mike Tyson's boxing on the PS1. Anyway, there appears to be training segments before each fight. I couldn't quite figure out what the hell I was supposed to be doing, but who the hell cares? Our first fight against Apollo Creed isn't necessarily difficult. Monotonous would be a better word. The graphics are decent, I guess, for the Master System. But man, the second fight against Clubber Lang dials up the difficulty to 11. I didn't stand a chance. I got knocked out twice and that was it. I guess I needed to train more. But in that moment, I gave up on my dreams of ever becoming a boxer, as I apparently didn't have the eye of the tiger. Yeah, I don't see myself ever coming back to this game. I'm gonna give it a D. While the games may not be top-notch, we did get 2 complete-in-box Sega Genesis games, so let's check out Mickey's Ultimate Challenge. Out of all the Disney games on the Sega Genesis, this is not one of the better ones. However, it does appear to be directed towards kids, so I will take that into consideration. I do like the cartoony graphics though. Disney games on 16-bit consoles definitely didn't look terrible. Anyway, the game is basically a series of so-called puzzles. The first puzzle has you jumping on falling books, which you have to do in alphabetical order. The second puzzle was basically a memorization game, sorta like the electronic game Simon. Remember that? Fun fact, Simon was based off a 1974 Atari arcade game that was later released as a handheld game called Touch Me. Can't imagine why that wasn't more popular. Hey baby, you wanna come back to my place and play a game of Touch Me?
No.
Man, these ladies really don't like vintage handheld games. Hey baby, you want to come back to my place and... Anyway, the sounds these pipes made no doubt made my inner child giggle. The next puzzle was a memory matching game. I'm sure everyone has played one of these before, right? After that, I ran into Donald Duck, who's apparently a wizard that accidentally shrinks Mickey. This one kind of reminded me a bit of Adventures of Lolo or something. And then I had no idea where to go next. I found a wishing well next to a house that looks like a boot, but I couldn't go into the house or do anything with the wishing well. And then I gave up. By the way, I did play this game on the easiest setting, only because that was the default setting and I was too lazy to change it. So maybe the puzzles are more interesting on the higher difficulties, but I really didn't have a desire to restart the game. Yeah, like I said, it's more so for kids, so I'll give it a C. Last up, let's check out James Pond 3. I do remember playing the first game quite a bit back in the day. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I don't think I ever played the second game, though. Anyway, it plays nothing like the first game. For some reason, we're now in space, and the game is more of a platformer that is definitely not trying to capitalize on the success of a certain blue hedgehog. Anyway, it kinda plays like a poor man's Sonic the Hedgehog. You can run super fast, but I don't recommend that as enemies will come out of nowhere with no time to react. Speaking of the enemies, Sandy Cheeks here makes an appearance. Aside from running and jumping, you can also pick up items to use as a weapon. You can sort of punch as well, but I couldn't quite figure this out. I will say I was enjoying this game more than the previous two I got. However, I ended up getting stuck on level 3. I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to get over this giant wall. This helpful arrow is telling me that I need to go up, which seems obvious, but how the fuck do I do that? Well, after a while, I lost interest and decided I had captured enough footage and could move on with my life. I could see myself coming back to this game if I ever grow tired of all the other games I'd rather play, but like I said, we got a complete in box, so I'm gonna give it a B. Anyway guys, that gives us an easy to calculate score of C. Mediocre games from a mediocre YouTuber. Thanks again for watching guys, you know what to do, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you again next time. Well, I guess I'm playing Touch Me by myself. Again.